DJ Sixsmith here with Mets legend Mookie Wilson. And Mookie, you have the opportunity today to relive some of your favorite moments. And of course, 86 comes up. But besides 86, what stands out about your career when you look back on it?
Oh, I mean, 86 probably was the stamp on my career. Well, it would be on anyone's career when you win the World Series, because so many people play this game and they never make it to the World Series. I was able to make it there and win it, so that was fantastic. But I've had so many great moments here in New York that we don't have enough time for me to go through all of them. But I think playing in New York is probably just as exciting an event as anything, because I played in a lot of cities, and there's no city that embraces the athletes the way New York has. You know, and I know it might be a biased statement on my part, because I know Boston's fans will probably say, no, we're the greatest, and Chicago fans will say, we're the greatest. But there's nothing like playing in New York.
When you look back on your career, it's so difficult to get to the major league level. What are some of the greatest challenges you had to overcome along the way for your career?
Well, I think it's different with everyone. It depends on the city that you played in. And I think the biggest challenge is moving from South Carolina to New York. That was the biggest challenge. No culture shock there. You know, the pace of living and everything is, and cost of living, by the way. Yeah, all that goes together. Right? A little bit different, it's different. Everything is in arm's reach. As in Carolina, you have to drive 20, 30 minutes to get to any meaningful, place. But I think it's the culture shock. The game is the same. So anyone that say, well, the game is the same. It's just that the environment takes a little getting used to, and that took me a little while to adjust to.
So after everything was said and done with your career, some guys struggled to adjust to life after baseball. What do you think was the toughest part for you? Because for so many years you identify as a baseball player. Do you still identify as a baseball player? And what's the second part of life been like for you?
Adjusting is tough for everyone. And some guys just maybe approach it a little differently. I had a little tough time adjusting. I mean, getting up, your day is already scheduled for you in baseball. Now all of a sudden you have to schedule your own day. Your nights are now different, because now when we normally play in baseball, I'm at home doing what? I got to figure out what to do with my time. So, and the family has to adjust to having you around all the time. So there is some adjustment there. It's easy to get bored, because baseball takes up so much of your time and there's always something to do. And that was the toughest adjustment for me, was just being able to find out what to do with my time, what to do with me. Okay, I'm not playing baseball, no, what do I do with all this time? And it took a couple of years. And I can see how a lot of guys can, go into depression because they just don't know what to do with themselves, because they just don't know. They've had their life planned out for them. So nice little difference. So the baseball is not the hard part. Give it that, because when you're too old to play, you're too old to play. But it's what do you do with my life? That's the toughest adjustment.
So who is Mookie Wilson away from baseball? What's the guy like who's not in the field in a Mets uniform? What are some of your favorite hobbies away from the sport?
I got some of the same hobbies. I just have time to do them now. I love sports. I love watching sports, and I get to do that now. I even get to play a little bit. Things like playing ping pong and bowling and do that. And fishing is my favorite. I love fishing.
Where's your favorite spot?
Oh, man, I'm a bass fisherman, so I find in a little hole where no one is, where no one has been fishing, where the bass is nice and fat. That's where I like to go. I'm a beginner when it comes to playing golf. I just started taking up golf a little bit now. I'm terrible at it, but I love it. And I'm a minister now, so that takes up a lot of my time, and I enjoy doing that.
And what role would you say faith has played in your life, even going back to your baseball days? How important has it been for you?
Well, I've always been a devoted Christian, and I think it kept me kind of, grounded with everything's happening around you. You can easily get caught up and start believing everything you read about yourself. People want to tell you how great you are, and a lot of them will tell you how bad you are too, but most of them want to tell you how good. Oh, in this city, they let you know. And so you learn to take both sides of it, and try to keep yourself on a level where you're not too high, you're not too low, because there are good days and bad days. You have to worry that, hey, any day is a good day if you can be able to experience it.
You spent some time as a bench coach for the Mets. You've been helping out with the developmental system. What's the biggest difference between playing and being on the sideline?
When you are playing, you're really concerned about your job. Your job alone. Don't worry about the other guy's job. You do your job. When you're on the sideline and you're coaching, you have to worry about everyone's job. You have to try to figure out what makes this guy tick. How can I get this guy to be better at what he does? And not only that, I had become somewhat of an expert at all positions, not just my position. So it's different. There's a different roles, more headaches. It's a lot hours, a lot longer, but it's a lot of fun. It really is a lot of fun watching guys improve every year. And for those that are listening, sometimes you get one that won't listen, and they think they know it all, but that happens.
So when you look at the Mets today, Mookie, they have so many great young players. It's been a rough couple of years. How do the Mets take the next step and get back to where you guys were back in '86?
And that's a difficult question to answer. I think they've already taken some of those steps. It's not just one step. People say, well, what next step? No, there are a lot of steps. There are a lot of next steps. And I think that the Mets have been taking some steps. They've been slow steps, and I think that the fans' patience have not quite been there with them, but you just can't jump into things and expect the results, tomorrow. I think that you have to build something that's going to last. You have to build a foundation. I think that we have some core players now that the Mets can build around. This is where championship clubs are built with your core players. Free agency is great. Don't get me wrong. You have to bring in a guy here or there. But all successful clubs have their core players. And I think the Mets are beginning to establish those players.
All right, Mookie, finally, when you look back at your career, how would you like people to remember who you were as a player? What are a couple words people will identify with you? What's most important to remember about you?
I think that the word I like people to remember about me as a player is passionate. I love the game. I love the game. And I said once before that I would have played the game for nothing. Well, I didn't. Don't take me literally on that. But I love the game that much, and I care a lot about this game. That's why I devote my time to it now.
There you have it, folks. Mookie Wilson, thanks so much and best of luck.
Thank you very much.